quick football news. Recent days have seen some crucial international fixtures and major club competition finals. In the UEFA Nations League, we had two thrilling semi-finals that truly lived up to the hype. First up, Spain triumphed over France in a 9-goal thriller, winning 5-4 in a match that many are already calling an all-time classic. Played at the Stuttgart Arena, this semi-final was a rollercoaster of emotions. Spain, the defending champions, raced to a seemingly comfortable lead. Nico Williams opened the scoring in the 22nd minute, followed quickly by Mikel Merino just 3 minutes later. Young sensation Lamine Yamal then converted a penalty in the 54th minute, and Pedri added a fourth in the 55th, putting Spain up 4-0. But France, despite being without key defenders due to injury, mounted a spirited comeback. Kylian Mbappé pulled one back from the penalty spot in the 59th minute. Yamal then grabbed his second in the 67th, making it 5-1. However, France refused to give up, with substitute Ryan Cherki drilling in a stunning goal in the 79th, followed by an unfortunate own goal from Spain's Dani Vivian in the 84th. Randal Kolo Muani headed France within one goal in the 93rd minute, but it was just too late for a full comeback. Spain held on for the win in what became the highest-scoring match in Nations League history. And in the other semi-final, Portugal came from behind to beat hosts Germany 2-1 at the Allianz Arena in Munich. This match was delayed by 10 minutes due to heavy rain and hail, adding to the drama. Germany, playing at home, took the lead in the 48th minute through a brilliant header from Florian Wirtz. However, Portugal, with their strong Champions League contingent and talisman Cristiano Ronaldo, turned the tide in the second half. Francisco Conceição curled in a brilliant equalizer in the 63rd minute. Just 5 minutes later, none other than Cristiano Ronaldo tapped in from close range in the 68th minute after a superb counter-attack and an assist from Nuno Mendes, reaching his incredible 137th international goal and securing Portugal's place in the final. Germany pushed for an equalizer, with Adeyemi rattling the post in the 82nd minute, but Portugal held firm. This sets up an epic Nations League final between Spain and Portugal, a clash of styles and generations. And the international action continued in the CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers. Ecuador held Brazil to a 0-0 draw in Carlo Ancelotti's debut as Brazil boss. Paraguay secured a solid 2-0 win over Uruguay, and Argentina edged out Chile 1-0. In the club world, the biggest news is that Paris Saint-Germain have finally secured their first ever Champions League trophy. They delivered a sensational performance to thrash Inter Milan 5-0 in the final, with a brilliant double from Du leading the charge. This victory also means manager Luis Enrique has now won the Champions League with two different teams, adding it to a treble of trophies for PSG this season, including Ligue 1 and the French Cup. A truly historic night for the Parisians. Now, let's get back to the transfer market, because it's truly wild out there. First up, it's all about Manchester United. They've already sealed a massive £62.5 million deal for Matheus Cunha from Wolves. But they're not stopping there. United is hot on the trail of Brentford's Brian Mbeumo. An initial £45 million bid plus £10 million in add-ons was rejected, but expect them to come back with more as Mbeumo reportedly wants to join United. And get this, Sporting's Victor Gyökeres is apparently open to reuniting with Ruben Amorim at Old Trafford, despite no Champions League football. We're also hearing whispers about Antony's future, with Bayer Leverkusen reportedly keeping an eye on him, potentially reuniting him with Erik ten Hag. And in a bold statement, former United man Paul Parker thinks Alejandro Garnacho has to go this summer. Big claims. Across the M62, Liverpool has been incredibly quick off the mark, snapping up Jeremy Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen for a cool £29.5 million. But the Reds aren't done yet. They're reportedly closing in on Frimpong's teammate, Florian Wirtz, with two offers over £100 million already on the table and personal terms agreed. Wow! They're also looking to bring in young Hungarian goalkeeper Armin Peksi from Puskás Academia for a fee that could reach £1.5 million. As for outgoing, Luis Diaz seems open to a move to Barcelona, though he's also expressed his happiness at Anfield. A bit of a mixed message there. Now, let's talk Arsenal. The Gunners are adding to their wish list, with Aston Villa's Morgan Rogers and Feyenoord's Igor Paixão now on their radar. Despite all the talk, they haven't formally approached anyone for a striker yet, even with conversations happening with RB Leipzig over a potential £70 million move for Benjamin Sesko. On the bright side for Arsenal fans, Gabriel Magalhaes has committed his future to the club, signing a new long-term contract until 2029. Beyond the Premier League, the future of Victor Osimhen is still a huge talking point. A move to Al Hilal seems to have collapsed, with Napoli reportedly rejecting a £59 million offer and Osimhen turning down a huge contract to stay in Europe. Now, Galatasaray has swooped in with an offer, and he's keen to stay in Europe. We'll be watching that one closely. Elsewhere, Chelsea is reportedly eyeing Borussia Dortmund's Jamie Gittens, who is open to a move, and Chelsea is hoping to close a deal quickly, potentially before June 10 to get him registered for the Club World Cup. They've already completed the £30 million signing of Liam Delap from Ipswich, who has signed a 6-year deal and will wear the number 9 shirt. And despite struggling for game time at Bayern Munich, João Palhinha wants to stay, but a return to Fulham isn't out of the question, with Manchester United also reportedly re-entering the race for the midfielder, with Bayern open to a £25 million sale. In other news, Real Madrid has agreed personal terms with young talent Franco Mastantuono and are now in negotiations with River Plate, with a reported initial fee of about $45 million. The 17-year-old recently became the youngest player to feature for the Argentina national team. And in a surprising move, Ange Postecoglou has been dismissed by Tottenham Hotspur, despite leading them to a Europa League victory. Spurs finished a dismal 17th in the Premier League, which seems to have led to the decision to sack him, just 2 weeks after winning their first major trophy in 17 years. Big news coming out of North London. And keeping with the managerial merry-go-round, Gian Piero Gasperini has reportedly replaced Claudio Ranieri as Roma manager after his successful spell at Atalanta, where he won the Europa League in 2023-24. Looking ahead, the Club World Cup kicks off next weekend, starting on June 15, and for Premier League teams, there's an initial 10-day transfer window opening up until June 10 for early registration, before the main window reopens on June 16. And speaking of individual brilliance, Barcelona's Rafinha has been crowned La Liga's best player for the 2024-25 season, contributing 18 goals and 11 assists. Finally, mark your calendars, Spain and Portugal will battle it out in the final of the 2024-25 UEFA Nations League on Sunday, June 8 in Munich. That's all for now, football fans. The transfer market is constantly evolving, and the matches keep coming, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any of the breaking news. What's the transfer or match result you're most excited about? Let us know in the comments below. See you next time.